Hi, I'm Billi Maddox, and I'm gonna mess this up so that you don't have to. Hey, what's up, and welcome back to another Bookbinding Basics. We're gonna do something a little fun today. We're gonna do a Neapolitan ice cream sandwich notebook. And look, I'm gonna say right at the top, I should have probably done this with like a brown cover, but then like how boring would that be? And it doesn't really fit with like my series of using upcycled packaging for these things. So anyway, we're using the packaging, but we are using brown, white, and pink paper to signify the different flavors. So now I'm just gonna perfect bind it. So I'm just gonna glue it. I'm just getting scrap pieces of this. Use even the scrap pieces of the packaging. Using the scrap pieces just to clamp this down, and then I'm going to perfect bind the notebook. And that's just like adding layer upon layer of glue. You'll probably only see one layer in the video, but I usually do three, but you know, I kind of eyeball it, and if it needs another, I do another. I like a nice little like even layer of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna add glue at some point. This is a video of me clamping this notebook in a bunch of different directions. Okay, finally, here's the glue. And the book once again clamped in another configuration. I'm just gonna add one, long bead of glue. It's not a bead of glue, but it's a bead elongated. You know what I mean? A line of glue. And I'll add more to this, but just flatten it down. Get it in the crevices. Get a nice and even coat. I like a nice and even distribution. Make sure you get them edges. A nice and even distribution. Come back in and add a bit more if it looks like it's soaked in. That's sort of what it's supposed to do for the first one. So I'm adding another bead line of glue, a beaded line, a beaded necklace, a glue, a bead shits. And then really smooth. Look at this, look how smooth this is. I think this might be a second coat. I don't think I'm going right in. I don't usually go right in. Anyway, so that's like now all nicely glued. So I need to address the cover, because that's like the next thing I need to do structurally. So I want to use this area here. So it says Neapolitan on the side. So I'm going to use this, I'm going to score it, and then use the flaps as like little spine supports or whatever. You'll see what I'm talking about with the spine supports. Just cleaning up here. It had some like residual packaging glue, and I think a little bit of chocolate, and I don't know, and a little bit of ice cream, I don't know. Anyway, here I'm scoring the spine so that I can, bend it around the book block, which you see there, just looking just chocolatey. So I'm going to score that in a number of different places, not just one place, but a bunch of different scores next to each other so that it folds down square but like rounded. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but anyway, get in there, and to do this part, don't, get in there and give it a good massage. Give it a nice, touch up its shoulders. Get onto your spine's shoulders. Your spine has shoulders, so rub your spine's shoulders. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. And then get it wrapped around. Anyway, when you do a bunch of scores, it kind of like curves around the corner really gradually. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but it's a tighter fit. So here, I'm just gonna build like a little taco of glue with that spine piece, you know. So build a taco of glue. This taco is gonna be real boring. It's not gonna have like salsa or nothing. It's just gonna be glue. Spread it around, make it nice and even. I want it to be a little bit like heavy so it makes some good contact, and it also has some spill out, which is gonna help me rather than hinder me in this step here. Now you are gonna fill this glue taco with some Neapolitan ice cream pages, and just make sure everything's like nice and tight. I'm gonna clamp this like pretty much right away, but I did a pretty good job of getting that spine really tight. I'm just tamping it down there so that I know the spine is made full contact. I'll probably adjust the alignment in just a sec. I'm aligning everything to that top edge. That's my cleanest edge. The bottom edge, you'll see I do a little cleanup work. See it kind of sticking up a little bit, a little proud, but you want that so you can come back in and clean it up. So here we're back to the meat and potatoes of this video. Apparently is me clamping things to other things related to this notebook. So here's more footage of me clamping this notebook, still using the spare parts from the packaging so that it like doesn't leave like obvious marks. It's gonna leave marks anyway, but you know, they kind of go away with time, kind of. I don't know, I'm lying. I think I just lied to you. Yeah. Okay, now here's me unclamping something. So here I have a sort of spine and a spine support. Spinesal support. I don't know, that's a spousal support joke. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm gonna glue now my cover pieces to this little flap, this spine flap. So glue your covers to your spine flap that used to be a glue taco, and glue it down. So do a bead line. What's up with all these mutant words? Use your glue taco and in your spine cover. Sorry. Glue this down. Make sure it's nice and aligned. This did a pretty good job of staying put, but you know, these things do have a tendency of slipping and sliding on you because you are dealing with glue, but this actually did a pretty good job of staying really, really square and really, really still. So here's more footage of me clamping something down, me doing the front cover. The back cover is not going to be filmed, otherwise there would be another 23 minutes of me clamping the back cover. So I only did one of the covers, but I did the same thing that you just saw, except for the back cover after this one dried. Of course, I didn't want to do them both at the same time because then you have two covers slipping and sliding on you on some glue, and you don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen to you. You know? I'm like telling you this because I don't want that to happen to you. I also am telling you this because I need to fill space over all of the clamping footage in this video. Jesus Christ. Okay, so here's the finished book. Here's the finished book. It's, you know, it's silly, it's dumb. I need to clean up a little bit here, so let's do a little bit of cleanup. I think that's what I do here next. I don't know, maybe I'll clamp it to something. Who knows? No, okay. I think it's fine. I think I'm gonna hit it with some sanding too. And I know sanding seems weird when you're talking about the paper and board and stuff, but hey, it's all made out of trees. So, you know, yeah, I'm just cleaning up some edges here. Okay, all right. Is this So, okay, eventually I'm gonna okay, so here I am just cutting off the excess. I'm just doing a little cleanup duty on this. When you're doing stuff like this, just go slow and you'll be fine. Cut it proud, always cut less than what you need to, because you can sneak up on it with some sanding implements, which you will see me do in just a second. Or I don't know, maybe 20 minutes when I get to the point of this video. I really left a lot in, but it's not even like that long of a video. So I guess like since I do these voiceovers like one and done, one take wonder after editing a full video that I might have finished like a week ago or something, it's really funny to see like everything that I left in. Sometimes this stuff gets cut, but I'm leaving all of this in. So here I'm just hitting it with some sanding implements. I like using, emery boards, nail files, and I always do it to the foredge. Is that what that's called? I think it is. Of the book, which is just like, the pages where you're gonna touch them, where the book opens. It's always nice to sort of soften it up a bit. It's gonna prevent, I don't know if it prevents like paper cuts or whatever, but it just feels nicer. And you usually end up straightening up some edges. So let's look at some beauty shots of this notebook. Nothing like, nothing crazy, but pretty accurate, pretty sharp. It's a good bind there, good situation, pretty cleanly done. Even though it's a silly little notebook. Take some pride in what you do, all right? Why are you doing stuff so messy? I'm kidding. You probably do stuff just fine. I'm just being hard on you because, I don't know really. Anyway, here's the spine. Look, you could probably scan this and buy this in the store for the same price of the ice creams, which was like, I don't know, $2 or $3. I'm not saying I'm gonna sell it to you for $2 or $3. But yeah, look, even the bottom that we cleaned up, really sharp. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Roll the thing!